Today I'm building a black soldier fly larvae farm for protein snacks for the chickens. So I'm using this old tub that I've had for a while. I didn't really want to buy any new parts yet to put this together until I figure out exactly if it's going to work and how well. But I've done a little bit of research into how other people put these together, and I came up with a design just using parts from other projects. So I had this PVC T pipe from another project, drilled a hole in the top of this lid and punched it through. And then on the ends, to keep rodents out, I attached these pieces of hardware cloth using some screws with washers to make sure they were nice and stable. And I did that on both sides just to keep rodents and other things out. Also to keep out any kind of more intelligent animal, like a raccoon, I attached some screws to the back side so it's nice and secure. If they try to just grab this and pull, it won't come out. On the inside, I used some PVC pipe that I had left over from another project. I attached or drilled some holes here, which will give the larvae a place to go in. They can obviously also go in through the bottom. That is open there at the bottom, but they can also climb in here. And what they do essentially is march up the pipe. Again, I attached this so that it can't just be pulled out, so it will stay in there. So the larvae marches up, they go down to the end and jump out. So I put another piece of hardware cloth, another piece of hardware cloth there at the end, just in case there's a rodent inside, because I intend to put this pipe inside of the run. So if there's a rodent inside, it can't easily just crawl in there and have a nice little snack. So on the back side, I also attached this spigot, which I had left over from putting together the vermicompost system. I attached that so as liquid builds up, I can drain it out and either, harvest it for gardening purposes or just empty it out so it's not just sitting full of water. So my plan is going to bungee the top down just to make sure that again, nothing can pull the lid off easily, but I'm just going to put it in front of the run, probably not in this specific location, but someplace so that I can make a hole where the pipe is in the hardware cloth, so that as the soldier fly larvae rather, come to the end here and fall out, they just fall right into the chicken run, which will be little protein snacks for the birds. So I just need to figure out where I'm going to put this. Make a little hole. For now, since it's kind of a new project, I might actually just set the whole thing inside of the chicken run and see how well it works. And then if it works well, then I'll figure out where I want to mount it and cut a hole in the side of the chicken run and feed the pipe through. So now I just need to fill it up with some garden scraps. The nice thing about black soldier flies is that they can break down some things that the vermicompost system can't, supposedly. We'll see how well it works, but supposedly they can compost bones and meat, which are things that regular red wigglers can't. So since we eat a lot of meat and we have a lot of leftover bones, I do have uses for some of them, but we still have some left over. So I'm hoping that this will be a good way to use those scraps up and provide some protein snacks for the birds that don't cost anything. Fingers crossed. I didn't mention before what the purpose of this PVC T pipe is on the top, but it's for black soldier flies to go in. So they fly in through here and go down and lay their eggs, which eventually grow into the larvae. So attaching that is just a way for the whole thing to become sort of self-refilling, so I don't have to continually purchase more black soldier fly larvae or worms. They'll just replenish themselves. They can also fly out, which is fine. I don't really need them to die inside. I just need them to go in, lay their eggs, have their eggs turn into larvae, and then have the larvae crawl up and essentially just fall out through there. So yeah, we'll see how well it works.